When I was looking for second income, so many people told me to do drop shipping. The only problem with that is that turned into another job. I had to look for products, create a website to get traffic, then I had to deal with customers. Okay, I already was busy with my own work, so adding that on top of my plate, it just wasn't sustainable. But then I discovered something where I could make tens of thousands of dollars without trading in a lot of time and without any stress. And I used it to make over $50,000 in a month. My students are using it right now to make hundreds and thousands of dollars in their spare time. They all have full-time jobs. And in this video, we're going to talk about that. So let's get started. Okay. Let's talk about time and stress. No one wants to spend more time and create more stress as a second income. The first thing I was doing was drop shipping. I'm just going to do drop shipping. And for that, I had to find a product. I had to create a website. I had to deal with customers. All of that caused time and added more time to my busy lifestyle and added more stress. Etsy's the same thing. I had to deal with finding a product. The website sorted, but when I made sales, I had to deal with customers. Digital products, same thing. You got to create the product. You got to work out a way, create a website, and then you got to work out customers. You got to show your face. You got to build followers. Okay. All of these things here just add more to your plate. And when you're looking for a good sustainable side income, something that you're going to do in your spare time outside of work, when you're already tired, you want it to actually create more time and have no stress. I'm just going to do a little smiley face with a little angel thing on top. No stress and make you money as well. Now, there is a way to do this, and the way you do that is by self-publishing books onto Amazon. Now, before you ask, you don't need to be a writer. You don't need to be an author for this. All of my students don't write their books. They use AI. And they're doing this in their spare time on like evenings and weekends. Not a lot of time. Compared to this, it's actually very, very, very short amount of time. You're talking like 3 to 5 hours a week to produce a book that produces you money on autopilot. So when I discovered selling books on Amazon, what was so great about this is all you do, and all I did was you focus on the book, and that goes onto Amazon, and that makes you money. Now, the bits that take up time and take up stress is all these bits on here. If you think about the product, okay, the product is just the book. That's what you focus on. The website, Amazon deal with the website. The customer, Amazon deal with the customer. You don't need to show your face. You can be completely anonymous with a book. You just use a pen name. You don't need any followers. You just put a book on Amazon. Now, the pros of doing this, more pros, is Amazon sell about, I think about 1 to 3 million books a day. That's how I was able to make $50,000 in a month with a pretty average book, to be honest. The interior was nothing special. It was just like an activity book that I got created for $50. I used a VA, but now you don't even need to do that. I didn't have AI back then. That was like 2023 to 24. AI wasn't really that massive. Now you can create a book like in hours with AI. Okay, and Amazon, excuse me, because Amazon have all the organic traffic, it's the biggest for organic traffic. So it's like, just think all these tens of millions of people that are going through Amazon.com, and then you've got your book there that potentially can be shown to millions of people, can just see it because it's sitting there. You could just make sales like just from that. And then on top of that, you're aligned with Amazon, so there's no trust issues. Like if you're selling your product by yourself, you've got to build trust, right? You need reviews, you need some sort of credibility, got to build a brand, something they can trust you with. Amazon have all of that. People will just buy on Amazon because it's Amazon, right? Okay, so you've got all these pros, and all these give you time and money if you've already got a full-time job. Because this is how it works. You've got a full-time job. I'm just basing this on my students who have full-time jobs. So if you imagine your day, let's just do Monday to Friday here, and then you got Saturday and Sunday. So imagine your full-time jobs. Let's just bring this bigger actually so you can see it. Let's just say you're awake, I don't know, from like let's just say 6 a.m. and then you're working to 6 p.m. Let's just say, and then you're in bed by, I don't know, 10 p.m. Let's just say that, okay? You think this whole section here, that's your job, right? Taking up that 6 a.m. and then let's just assume that blue is like chilling time. Okay, so you need some downtime. So you got basically a little bit of time and energy in like the evenings to do a bit of work. And let's just say on a Saturday you just want to chill for a little bit of time, and then Sunday you want to chill for a little bit of time as well before you got to go back to the grind on Monday. So you've got a little bit of time there, a little bit of time on the weekends. All my students are doing is taking a little bit of that. Some of them just do a few days here and there, and that is enough to create one book. Or one of my students, Debbie, she just blitzes it on the weekends, I believe she said, and then she's creating books, and she's making her first 1K a month. But with this, you do the work once, and then Amazon take care of everything, so you can keep selling on repeat. So you could just allocate time. So the way it would work, if you've already got a full busy schedule in a day, is you can kind of get on with it 1 or 2 hours a day, and then Amazon will take care of the rest. And this is something you could just pick up and set down. Now, all of these on this side, very hard to do that. If you got drop shipping, yes, you set it out once and you get it going, but as soon as you get one customer that's asking a question, suddenly you're committed to answering that question. Same with Etsy. Same with building a brand. You've got to talk to people online and stuff like that. You can't just put it down. This is all good if you're just doing business full time like I am. Like I'm building my brand, I'm doing my YouTube. This is all I do. But when I was working a full-time job, like I had a full-time job. I wasn't really doing the online thing, but I moved to a full-time business where I had to physically be at my business at my office location. I had to be there from like basically between 6 and 6 I was there. So I could only work on the evenings and weekends. So I had to be very efficient with my time. I had to do something that I could sustain. Now that's a big deal, because all of these here are great for the odd like sprints here and there, but to be able to sustain it over a long enough period of time to actually make good money to the point where you could actually potentially replace your full-time income. You kind of got to look at this at at least 3 to 6 month time frame, and then a bit longer if you really want to make life-changing money like I did, tens of thousands of dollars, right? So it has to be sustainable, and that's why self-publishing books on Amazon very, very sustainable, because all you're doing is focusing on that one book, and that is it. And you can pick it up and go whenever you want. Okay, if you want the system that my students are using now with their full-time job, I'll leave it below. But something to consider if you're looking at a side hustle. Think of it from a long period of time. Make sure that it's something you can actually sustain long period, not just something because you're motivated this week and can do. Think of it, can I keep this going 6 months down the line? Because that's when you make real money. That's when you can potentially make thousands, heading up to 5 figures a month. Anyway, thanks for watching. Give me a like and subscribe. Give me a like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.